Here you go right here. Here you go right here. Here you go to over here. It said when police dogs turn rogue. Damn, they turning on the goddamn other folk, man. See, they do it. You know what I'm saying? See, they feeding all them goddamn dogs, all them crazy ass substances now. I'm tell you, let's get into this shit though, man. If y'all watching the tool, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see next down in the comments. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't like the way I pause this motherfucker, click off the goddamn video on the YouTube, man. Y'all on the Twitch, y'all make sure y'all come over to the Twitch. We live right now. You feel me? Come tune in. We live in this motherfucker. Let's go ahead and get into this shit, man. Like I said, when police dogs turn rogue. Let's get into the fucking video. Look at her. Shit.
Do not release the dog. With his hands up,
Shit.
These are moments when canines went rogue on their handlers. Meet this Dayton Police Department K9 who on July the 24th of 2024 was involved in the pursuit of two teenage suspects. The assailants were found in a stolen vehicle and sped away when they saw the officers coming, eventually opting to ditch the car and continue the chase on foot.
Stop! Take it back!
Hot gang, hot gang, hot gang, hot gang. Ooh, that dog. Ooh.
No, Ronnie! No! Him!
Y'all got it.
Get on the ground! Hey, go! What? No!
Damn. She hit that bitch with a hook.
Yeah, I'm fine. What? No!
Damn.
Both of the minors were taken into custody and transported to the Juvenile Justice Center. The officer involved was bitten twice on the leg and once on the hand and had to be taken to the hospital for treatment. But despite the officer being bitten, the community was alarmed and outraged at the body cam footage showing the handler open hand striking his canine companion. The blowback even included a reactionary statement from PETA declaring that if the Dayton Police Department can't commit to treating canines humanely, then they shouldn't have a canine unit. The Dayton Police Department responded with their own statement, assuring the public that they are taking this matter seriously and will be conducting an administrative review to assess the incident circumstances and training to ensure the appropriate measures are taken.
Oh God, he must have had, man, he slapped the fuck out. I bet he ass going, wait, he slapped the fuck out of that dog, boy.
Is ongoing. Another example is this next police K9 who went way overboard during this arrest. On September 20th of 2019, an officer initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle that he witnessed flashing its high beams. The driver, later identified as Stephen Brennan, complied and pulled over, but abruptly hopped out of the car and began advancing towards the officer.
Turn around! Turn around! I'm gonna set my jogging in a bit. Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get him! Get on the ground! Stop resisting! Get him!
Get him!
Dogs on the bike!
He still got a bind though!
Send me a unit! Let the dog! Leave the dog alone! Good boy. Out! Good boy. Down. Don't move. Don't move. 1046 is one male. You start me rescue for a dog bite. Copy a plate.
And he kept that dog and that nigga lived way too damn long. I understand he was still, well, I ain't gonna lie, he wasn't moving after the dog was grilling his shit.
And ambulance arrived about 10 minutes later to find Stephen with a bloodied face, black eyes, and a mangled leg, as well as an injury to the chest wall and puncture wounds on his left arm. He required extensive treatment and months of follow-up care before he was fully healed. Following that recovery, he filed a lawsuit for the injuries he sustained during the arrest, and in January of 2022, he would be awarded a measly $350,000.
Damn!
As for the officer involved, he was not punished for the incident, and no changes were made to the department's use of force or dog policy since the incident was determined to be an accident. This case encounter was also unintentional, but this time it was the officer's fault. On May the 9th of 2021, officers located a stolen GMC Sierra, parked with a suspect sitting in the driver's seat. There were also several others standing around the vehicle, and because of this, the officers treated the confrontation as a high-risk stop. As they approached the truck, the driver started it up and began to flee, but stopped only a short distance later.
Hey, show me your hands. You're gonna get bit by the dog. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hands. If you run, you're gonna get bit by the dog.
No.
King 2, it's gonna be a westbound stop on the street that's east and west. West of, I believe it's gonna be Rogers. Hey, if you take off, bro, you're surrounded, man. No, leave it right there. When everyone gets here, keep your foot on the brakes. Watch this dude right here, dude. Hey, I'll just pick you the Okay, keep your hands where I can see them. Hey, hold right here. Hey. Hands up, both of you. Hey, hey!
An officer who had just arrived on scene opened the back door to one of the patrol vehicles so that he could take cover behind it, as is standard practice. But he didn't realize until too late that that unit contained another K9, and the officers could only scream in horror as the dog immediately jumped out and made a beeline for the suspect on the ground.
Hey, hold right here. Hey! No, there's a dog there. Hey, hey! Buoy low! Buoy low! Buoy! Buoy low! Cover the car! Cover the car! Move! Just go up! Get the dog off! Auto. Life.
The K9 bit down on the suspect's arm so tight that the officer had to use a tool to pry his mouth off. The victim was then transported to the hospital, while the suspect inside the stolen truck was taken into custody. It would later be determined that none of the officers involved would face criminal charges, since it was clearly an accident, but the K9 responsible was taken off duty, and its handler was reassigned to another unit until they could undergo retraining together. After a second round of training, the pair were reunited and allowed back on patrol. The only thing that could possibly be worse than a K9 being turned loose on a suspect is a K9 turning on its own officer. During spring break of 2022, officers in the area of Panama City Beach were trying to gain control of a rowdy group of beachgoers when one officer in particular was walking around with a K9, using it to intimidate a female suspect.
Where am I shooting? I don't know, but breathe. He can bite me. What he do? He ain't do that. He ain't. Oh my God! He biting him. He biting his ass.
The handler was misbehaving so violently that his own
why the fuck he did that shit for?
And began attacking him.
Bro, that K9 already knew what was up, bro. He slammed that nigga for nothing. What the fuck?
The handler was eventually able to get the K9 under control, and the suspect was taken into custody by other officers without further incident. No further updates about this case are available. Even the dog agrees that the officer doesn't deserve to keep his position. The same goes for this next officer who cruelly sicked his K9 on a suspect that was just trying to peacefully surrender. On July the 4th of 2020,
She already knew what was up.
initiated a traffic stop on a semi-truck that was missing.
Bro, when your own fucking teammates or whatever the fuck they call their goddamn partners or whatever the fuck they is, when they get to doing all that other shit, bro, and they know some shit went down, bro. Man, shit, you know how you know some shit bad, bro. When your own goddamn colleagues, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? You see, I seen it.
One of its mud flaps. The driver, 23-year-old Jayyarius Rose, had pulled over to the side, but upon seeing officers exit their vehicles with their guns drawn, he got scared and took off.
It's going to be close to the Lake County line. You'll see there's several,
Fuck, nigga pulled over that big ass truck.
Okay, I'm coming to a stop.
Get out of the truck!
You just pull back out.
Bro, did this nigga just take off in a big rig? I know goddamn well he ain't just take off in a big rig, bro.
County or Ross County?
Yeah, we on a little reaction to the till we get back in the city, y'all.
We're heading northbound, 23. 1959 Jackson, I'll have traffic. We're northbound, right lane. He rolled the window down, looked at us, rolled it back up. We're northbound, 48 miles an hour, passing Moore Road in Ross County. I need an update for 1020 again.
A few miles down the road, Jayyarius voluntarily stops the truck again, where this time he was on the phone with police, telling them that he was scared the officers were going to shoot him. After a few minutes, dispatch was able to convince him to comply and get out of the truck.
This nigga walking slow as fuck. He must be big as hell. He wobbling and shit. He must be big as hell. Look how he whoa.
That's a dog! Come to me! You don't one bit! On the ground, you're gonna get bit. Come to me, man!
Do not let them, don't release the dog. Do not release the dog with his hands up. Do not release the dog with his hands up. Do not release the dog with his hands up. Don't. Do not. Get the
What the fuck?
Get the dog off of it.
Get the dog! Get out the dog! Get the cat! Get the cat!
Bruh, ain't no fucking way they did. What the fuck? Look, they already know they did wrong. Look at that. They already know it.
So,
Look, come on now. Goddamn grilled his ass.
first aid.
He already know he did wrong. He let the goddamn dog go. Come on now. On some real deal dumb shit.
What? Yes, clear that. You got a first aid kit going up right now?
Yep, he's bringing it to me. I'm working on it.
Even after the state trooper had yelled several times for them not to release the dog, a Circleville officer not only continued to advance with his canine, but then intentionally let the canine go and attack the suspect, who was actively surrendering. Jayy's was subsequently taken to the hospital, where he was treated for a nasty bite on the arm, and then transported to the station to be charged with failure to comply. As for the dog's handler, an internal investigation determined that he had violated several department policies during the encounter.
They better get his ass
As a
gone.
result, he was fired 3 weeks later.
Fired.
At least Jayy's didn't have to suffer as long as this next suspect, who was mercilessly mauled by a police canine for over 5 minutes straight.
Oh yeah, they did wrong, boy.
27-year-old Shane McGough was leaving the Salt River after a day of tubing with friends when he got into an altercation with someone in the parking lot concerning a car accident. Police were called to the scene, and the altercation escalated into a brawl, and during which time an officer broke his leg in the scuffle.
Damn!
Shane was arrested and transported to the police department, but all throughout the encounter he was resistant and continued to disobey their commands.
So they let the dog on him.
Step out slowly. What have I done wrong?
Step out of the car.
Slowly.
Step out or I'm going to pull you out. Step up.
If you fight, you're going to get bit.
What am I being arrested for?
You walk inside.
Walk inside.
You're making an aggressive movement. You're going to get bit. Am I clear? Walk inside.
You have to tell me why I'm being arrested. Why am I being arrested? What have I done wrong? Why am I being arrested? What have I done wrong? Tell me why I'm being arrested. I have done no reason. I have done nothing wrong. What have I done? You just have to be a
Why they got the fucking dog in there anyway? What the fuck? If he already, like, what? I don't understand that shit. Why they got the dog in that motherfucker anyway if he already under arrest? They already got Brett in the cell. Why the fuck do they got the dog in the cell, gang? They already got hella officers in that bitch. Look how skinny this nigga is. What? I don't be understanding this shit, gang. I ain't gonna count. I ain't gonna count, bro. This shit really don't make no sense. Look at. Yeah, that dog is overly too fucking loud. God damn. Oh, hell no, bro. Can't
His
even
head
kill.
slammed into the wall behind him. All of this occurred while Shane was in handcuffs and defenseless. They then took him to
Can't
the
even
ground
kill
where
that.
he was
That
attacked
shit
by
too
the
loud.
dog once again.
No, grilling his ass. That shit is loud as hell.
Do not move. I will not move, sir. I will not move. I will not move.
Shane was writhing in pain as officers kept telling him to hold still and took their time securing him, and after about 5 minutes of his leg being ripped to shreds, the officer finally ordered the K9 to stand down. Shane was subsequently taken to the hospital to be treated for the dog bites, and months later he pleaded guilty to aggravated assault on a police officer and was sentenced to 6 months in jail. But following his release, he then filed a lawsuit against officers involved, claiming that they had tortured and assaulted him. The case was settled in May of 2021 for a measly $25,000. And when asked why they accepted such a low payout, Shane's lawyer told the media, the reality was there's a civil case by Krissinger and restitution from this criminal conviction. Shane just needed it to end. His attorney was referring to a lawsuit that had been filed by Officer Krissinger, the one who had broken his leg, who was, in turn, suing Shane for negligence and assault and battery. The case is still ongoing. There's no doubt these suspects have been put through some traumatizing situations, but have you ever wondered what happens when a suspect decides to bite back?
Find my dog!
The suspect
On
bite.
March the
Oh,
21st
what
of
the fuck?
2018, officers were called to a residence in regards to an unwanted person, and when an officer arrived, he witnessed a man walking around the home and pounding on all of the windows and doors, demanding to be let inside so he could go to sleep. The suspect was later identified as 44-year-old Leland O'Malley.
Step out right now. Step out, please. Thank you. Good, man. I appreciate it. You're a good guy. Just don't rush at me. Okay. Good. The dog will bite you if you come back too have to be too close. Okay, just come out here a little more. You're doing good. You're doing great. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Revere. Revere. Get out of the ground. Get out of the ground. Stop biting my dog! Stop biting my dog!
Tried to bite that motherfucker
Clearly
bite.
did not appreciate being bitten because he decided to give the canine a taste of its own medicine, attempting to take a chunk out of its neck. However, the officer was able to pull him off, and his canine partner was left uninjured, probably on the account of all the fur. Leland was taken into custody, and 3 months later he pleaded no contest to counts of resisting an officer and shoving or striking a police or fire animal. He was then sentenced to 3 months in jail. This goes to show that police canines are put in just as much danger as their human counterparts, but sometimes they're the source of the danger themselves, like in this next wild canine who sunk his teeth into a suspect's head. On August the 2nd, 2015, 70-year-old Clyde Gebeline was pulled over for an inspection as he was driving a truck pulling a tandem axle fifth wheel trailer that was carrying an excavator. But when the deputy informed Clyde
I don't know what the fuck you just
the
said.
vehicle, he became argumentative and insisted that since it wasn't a commercial vehicle, the deputy didn't need to check it.
Morning, sir. How are you? I see a business name on your excavator here. Are you running a business?
Why?
Are you doing work right now?
Yep.
Where are you headed to, if I might ask?
Dorchester.
And the reason I ask this is I don't see a name or a USDOT number displayed on your truck.
People told me I don't need one.
You would, sir.
I'm not for hire.
Well, whether you're for hire or not, you're still considered a commercial motor vehicle. As long as you make a buck, you own a business, and you're going to a job site, you're considered a commercial motor vehicle.
What am I supposed to do?
Well, you have to obtain your USDOT number. That's first off.
I'm not going to do that.
And then,
I got to get going.
Well, you're going to have to wait until we're done with the
I'm
inspection.
not going to wait either.
Well, you'll have to.
No, I don't have to.
Yes, sir, you
Don't
do.
tell me, hey, I have to.
No.
I'll get in that truck and leave.
Well, that's fine, but then I'm going to have to arrest you.
Go ahead.
You're saying
Damn.
you're not leaving.
I'm leaving.
No, you're not.
I got work to do.
No, we're going to go through this inspection. You need to settle down. That's fine. You're going to be placed under arrest.
Clyde then took off from the deputy, resulting in a 15-minute chase where he eventually came to a stop and emerged from his truck again, but this time he was confronted by the K9.
That's why they be releasing the K9. These niggas be want to run and shit. Stop running, dumbass nigga. Damn. He bit the hell out of his ass, didn't it?
After Clyde was knocked to the ground, the canine proceeded to sink its teeth into his head. And after a few moments, the handler was able to get the dog off and Clyde was transported to the hospital. He would be treated and released to police custody the next day, where he was then charged with fleeing an officer, resisting an officer, and operating a commercial vehicle without a license. The charges were eventually dropped.
Goddamn,
Months
Clyde.
later, he filed a lawsuit against the canine handler himself. There are no current updates about this case. Clyde definitely got more than he bargained for out of that stop, but this suspect got exactly what he was asking for after intentionally provoking the police.
Oh shit, well, he hit his ass with a baton, didn't he?
On July the 31st of 2024, a large group of right-wing protesters gathered outside of a hotel to demonstrate anger that they were housing asylum seekers. At the front of the crowd was 54-year-old Stephen Malin and his partner, 29-year-old Ryan Shears, who were taunting officers and encouraging the rioters to push forward. The crazy thing is, these two weren't even part of that riot. They were just two drunk idiots who had come across the angry mob while they were stumbling to get more booze and then decided to join in on the fun.
Get back! Don't touch me! Right, move back now! Don't touch me! Move back now! Move! Move back! Move back! Get back now! Get back! Get back! Get back!
Right
bit his ass.
With the intention of
He
twerking
bit his ass.
faces, the canine appropriately bit him right on the ass. And
He bit his ass,
following that little display, Stephen and Ryan were both arrested and charged with violent disorder. The pair pleaded guilty to the charge, and in August of 2024, they were both sentenced to 2 years and 2 months in prison. However, compared to this next canine who wasn't attacking only the legs, he was aiming for the officer's face. On January the 29th of 2022, officers performed a traffic stop on a vehicle identifying the driver away.
I'm about to give me some goddamn snap. They got bunches of doom.
16th of 2022, animal control was requested to the home of Faryal Kabir after it was reported that her 1-year-old German Shepherd Zeus had bitten someone. Upon arrival, it was agreed that she would walk Zeus to the animal control van and put him in herself.
I'm sorry? Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Big ass dog. And then she don't know how to fucking control it. Like, you little as fuck. You little as a motherfucker. You don't know how to control that motherfucker dog.
Close the kennel, ma'am. No, the clear one. Ma'am. Lift up on the metal part. On the metal part.
Like, what the fuck?
You have broken skin?
Yeah.
Alright, well, ma'am, he bit this officer.
Yeah.
Now.
Right here, ma'am.
You did not have control of the dog.
Oh, God.
Alright. You can call. Get all your stuff, okay?
If the woman
Don't
was
know how
familiar
to-
with California's dog bite law, she would probably be showing a little more concern. California Civil Code Section 3342.5 outlines conditions under which a dog can be forcibly put down. These circumstances include whenever a dog has bitten a human being on at least 2 separate occasions, and whenever a dog trained to fight, attack, or kill has bitten a human being without provocation, causing substantial physical injury. At that point, Zeus had done both of those things.
Oh, shit.
Thus, it should have come as no surprise when she received a court order weeks later stating that Zeus would be euthanized. He was put down 5 months later, and she was so distraught following his passing that she threatened to unalive herself several times
GTA 8.
and had to be hospitalized. A year after Zeus's passing, she then filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city, seeking $10 million.
But hell no.
The case is still ongoing. Having a
But
dog
hell
to
no.
attack only works against you if they aren't trained properly. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one. And don't forget to subscribe.
Not no 29 million. Fuck no.